Hi, I'm Katie from What Katie Did and welcome back. Today I'm going to tell you about how I store my lingerie and hosiery. So first of all, hosiery. I've got a vintage filing cabinet here that my husband bought me for Christmas a couple of years ago, and in it I keep all my hosiery. So for my hosiery, I've either got them stored in jam or jelly jars here, or I've just got them folded in this drawer here. And the reason I don't have these in jars is simply because this drawer's slightly narrower, so the jars don't actually fit in there. I picked up the tip about storing your nylons in a jam jar or a jelly jar if you're in the US from an old magazine article from the 1950s. And I know I've spoken to you about using jam jars before, but I haven't found anything better in the last couple of years, so I'm sticking with this and it works really well. So you can use any jam jar, but I use hexagonal jam jars. I've got these from Lakeland, which is a kitchen and cake shop in the UK, and they basically do everything to do with kitchens and food, and they do the jam jars. And if you're in the US, you could go somewhere like Hobby Lobby. I'm sure they'll do something similar. But the hexagonal ones, they really are space savers, because as you can see, you can fit a lot more in. There's no wasted space, whereas with round jars, there'll be a lot of wasted space. The thing is with stockings is that they are super, super delicate, and really, and I've said this before, it's not about when you're wearing them that they can get damaged, it's when you're washing them or storing them. That's just as dangerous for an innocent pair of nylons as it is when you're actually wearing them. So by storing them in a glass jar, there are no sharp edges, and they're not going to get hitched by the wood or the container you're keeping them in. They're totally safe. For my other drawer here, I've just simply rolled each pair and slotted them in. So here I've got the long pair of stockings, and I've folded it in half and rolled them up so I can see what colour they are through the welts. And then they get slotted in like that. And you might have noticed actually too, I've lined these drawers with Japanese wrapping paper, which is a favourite of mine, and it's just something easy and simple you can do that makes things a little prettier. And yeah, I know it's not going to change the world, but it makes things just that little bit brighter, and it's something really easy and quick to do, and it makes me happy. So that's what I've done there. Also, by keeping your hosiery in jelly jars or neatly rolled, it really does make you aware of what you have and what you need in future, and especially at this time when we're stuck indoors because of the coronavirus. It's made me realise that yeah, I've got 4 pairs of green stockings here, which I didn't know I had. So I know I definitely don't need any more green stockings, but if you spend, a couple of hours going through your hosiery, one, it's quite a stress-free thing to do. It's a mindful activity, and it makes you realise what you have and what you need and what you don't need, and it also gives you a chance to go through and see if anything needs to be mended. So when we are all back in action and ready to go, you'll be well organised, and your stockings will be ready to go with every outfit you have. So I'm going to put these away now, and I'll show you my lingerie drawer. So this is my lingerie drawer here, but first of all, you might have noticed my corset, which is hanging over the end of the bed. Now this is the way I store my corsets, or should I say corset, because generally I only have one corset on the go at a time, which I wear every day. I'm definitely a person who wears a corset for the shape it gives me, and not because it looks pretty. So I hang it to air overnight. If you don't have an end of a bed like this, then you can just hang it over the back of a chair. So with lingerie, I have my one drawer here, and inside the drawer I have these little plastic containers, and 4 of these fit across, and then I've got a spare bit at the end which doesn't have a container, but because it's about the same distance, everything slots in neatly. And these, I think, originally were from IKEA, or IKEA as we should be calling it now, but they last for years, and once you've invested in them, then you're good to go. So when I fold my lingerie up, I always fold it by sets. So I do like the bra, the knicker and the suspender. I don't do all the bras together or all the knickers together. And I do it as a set simply because it's easier to grab first thing in the morning. So I'll just show you how I fold a couple of my sets. So I'll pull out this blue one, which is one of ours from a couple of years ago. And then I've also got a bullet bra here. First of all, I'll show you how I fold my underwired bras, because most people wear underwires these days. So this is my bra. It always helps to do the back up, simply because it stops it getting all tangled up. And then I fold it in half. So one cup goes inside the other cup. And I tuck the straps behind. And then you've got a nice little bundle that I can put in the drawer there. For underwear, I always fold it in three, so I'll turn this around so you can see it. So one back side in and the other back side in and underneath like that. And then you've got the little top with no folds or anything at the top, so that goes in behind the bra. And then the suspender belts. Again, I always try and do up the back to keep it neat and tidy. And I do exactly the same as I do with the underwear. So it's one side in, another side in, then put the straps behind, and that gets tucked in behind the underwear. For non-wired bras, things are slightly different because you can't fold one cup into the other so easily. So what we do with our bullet bras and other soft cup bras is we fold the cup in half from the nipple. So instead of trying to do it like you do with an underwired bra where it gets really all messy and doesn't hold any structure, if you fold halfway through the cup, so it goes straight through the nipple, so you get half the cup like that, and then the other cup, and you can see there you've got a neat line, and then you fold the band in and the straps in. And this is the way we do them in the shops, and this is the way our factory do them. So it keeps everything neat and tidy, and that just gets slotted in. In my washing video, I did show you a little bit about how things fade if you don't wash them together. So I'm going to do a little bit of a naughty here and show you how one of my things has faded, which I haven't looked after properly. I've got this bra from Marks and Spencer's, which I wear a lot and I love a lot, and it's very old now. And you can see here that the bow has completely faded out here, and also the lining has also faded a little bit as well. When I compare this to the knicker, although I love the bra, I really didn't like the underwear at all, so I don't wear it very much. And you can see here the pink of the bow from the underwear and the pink of the bow from the bra have a completely different. So if you're going to wear that together, it wouldn't look great at all. Yeah, so while you could wear this, even though that's faded, it's been well worn, you can wear that as a lazy Sunday bra, but it would have been nice if the knickers had faded to match. So that's why I always advise you to wash the whole set together. And this one, again, it's not one of our bras, it's a modern bra, but I just do it nipple to nipple through the centre seam. And then it's a nice neat bra like that, and that goes back in. I do have a huge padded bra here. This is by Triumph, and if you wear modern bras, quite a lot of them have a huge amount of padding. But you can do the same method as we do for any underwired bra. They still fold into each other. One cup goes inside the other, and then the straps go in the back. Especially now when we've got a little bit more time, when we are working from home and we want to feel productive, that we are doing something, it's the ideal time to go through your lingerie drawer and just have a tidy up and see what you have. And I promise you, you'll find some old favourites that you forgot you had. So there'll always be something that you used to wear, or you maybe lost the bottoms to, and by just tidying it up, it just makes you feel a lot more organised, and it makes things a lot easier in the morning. You just grab and go, and it makes you feel a lot more put together. If you do have any questions about caring for your lingerie or hosiery, please get in touch. In the meantime, please take care, and I'll catch up with you soon.